To Decision 2020 voters in Enda Valley, Pismo Beach, Avila Beach, Grover Beach, and over 60% of the city of San Luis Obispo will decide next Tuesday who will represent them on the County Board of Supervisors. I talked with 12-year incumbent Adam Hill and local insurance agent and challenger Stacy Korsgaden about the issues they want to address over the next 4 years. District 3 faces big issues in the coming years. After 12 years on the board, Supervisor Adam Hill is seeking re-election. His main motivation?
The main thing is the looming closure of Diablo Canyon Power Plant, which is a big deal. Obviously, it's in the district, but it's also something I have a lot of experience working, locally with it, working with state and Fed officials, and we need to make sure it's done right. We need to make sure that when it goes offline, the decommissioning commences in a way that's going to benefit our community best in terms of jobs and in terms of safety.
If re-elected, Hill says by the end of the term, he hopes to have the coastal lands around the power plant open to the public after seeing how important opening the Pismo Preserve has been to the community. Challenger Stacy Korsgaden agrees with preserving the land, but first she wants to see a master plan for the future of Diablo Canyon that includes energy generation.
I would like to encourage that to continue to be utilized by some kind of energy company.
The District 3 seat must tackle the issue of air quality and recreation at the dunes.
We can reduce that pollution and still have a recreation area. And I told state parks early on that they can reconfigure that area and make it so that the pollution can be reduced and people can still use the park.
An eco wind fence could be put up in a short period of time. It would allow the 48 acres that were recently closed to our camping, that could be opened again, and we could have immediate dust or air quality relief.
On homelessness, she wants 3 emergency shelters built in the county to triage people off the streets and into a safer lifestyle.
We need to then have an ordinance where we no longer will allow public sleeping in our community.
Hill says homelessness is a top budget priority for the Supes in the coming year, and interrelated is the housing crisis. Hill supports a bond measure that would promise over $2 million a year of county money.
We have good reserves, we have the highest bond rating you can possibly have, and we should essentially put our money where our mouth is. Instead of just talking about the housing problem, let's put money into resolving it and getting units that will actually be built for people who work here rather than maybe people who want to retire here.
Korsgaden sees solutions in the private sector. She wants to approach the county's biggest employers, such as Mindbody and Cal Poly, about building employee housing.
At this point, I have not talked to them. I'm just looking for innovative ways, other than a bond measure or a tax.
Hill calls his opponent's rhetoric dirty and disappointing.
We're just going to run on my record and on the issues and try to stick to that. We're not going to do anything remotely negative.
Korsgaden says she's just showing voters their choices.
I've made an effort to communicate that clearly, and I'll let the voters decide based on past records who they want to put in office.